So we're looking at the last little bit I need to chop out of there to finish my the inside part of my form. I've basically been sculpting this clay and sand, kind of hard packed stuff with a pickaxe, and that's going to be one side of my form. I'm going to like nail foam onto there to kind of even out the top, and then I'm going to put rebar, and then I'm going to build a form, and then I'm going to pour. So this is where I'm at now. I'm going to chop this out, and I'm going to fine tune the wall and put my foam on. Alright, I thought I would give a little update before I close things in. Got my rebar in there and it's all pinned to the foundation. I've been building these little walls and tying them together. I got a strong back on there. And it's going pretty well. It's a little bit of work getting everything down here. And yeah, so it's looking pretty good now. I need to brace it, you know, to these rocks and do some stakes and different things. Get it strong. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hi. Finally we've got some good weather, and it looks like the driveway is dried out enough, so we're going to get our concrete delivered tomorrow. I've been working on this foundation. There's a tent and this little floor in here that used to be my mom's used to be a greenhouse, and then my brother and I took the greenhouse down. We built this little room. We thought to put the wood, or for a little a greenhouse kind of thing, but also for storing tools and all this other stuff, which is what the greenhouse kind of turned out to be. So we had just put some foam, and then we put plywood down, and then so I've taken the plywood up and the foam, and I've added a little more material because I want to bring it up to the right height for the floor here, and hopefully I'll just have one step up. And so I've raised the level a little bit and pounded it with sand, and I pounded the sand with a tamper, and then I put my foam down, and I got my radiant heating, which I really don't have a heat source for it yet, but in the future I might need it. I'll want it. So I did that, and I used these little clips, which are pretty cool. You just screw them right into the foam. It's really kind of neat. I didn't think they were going to work, but they did. Probably the expensive way to do it, but for a homeowner it's not too bad. Shark bite. So yeah, that's an advertisement, I guess. An advertisement for shark bite. So now we're going to go see the footing and, you know, half wall. So I've opened up an opening here. This is going to be a hallway. Hallway through here, and this door here is going to go away. And there's a window there which you can't see, but yeah, that's going to stay. I need to do a major cleanup. So eventually I'm going to have to rip this floor up, and I'm going to put this concrete because there's no space, there's no way to insulate this floor. It's like the crawl space is maybe a foot. I don't think there's a way. If somebody does know a way, they should let me know. So down here, I'm sure everybody's seen this already if they have watched the video that I posted. But I'll just quickly look at it. So what we have here is the dirt, which I've kind of carved. It's like a clay and sand mix, and I kind of got it really nice and straight, and then I nailed this foam to it. And I've carved out a space for the footing here, which is like 20 inches wide. And I put a 2x8, and then I was going to have a 33.5 foot wall. So I decided I'll just make the wall 32 because the plywood works out well with 3 pieces that way, 3 32s. So I ended up putting another piece of another piece of 2x4 here, and then I used a 2x6 on the bottom. I made these sections, and then I tied them together with these strong backs here, and then I braced those back to this dirt wall. So, and I've got this is like 20 feet, so I've got a brace every 5 feet or so. And I got the corners tied together with 3 screws. And this is all tied together. Everything's tied together. It's tied together to these immovable objects here, and then I've got it pushed down so it doesn't float up. So hopefully I've got everything covered. I've also tied it right to this beam here, which is pretty strong. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I guess if it did, though, it'd be a disaster. So I want to make sure. So that's it. I'll see if I can show a video of the... Well, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to be too busy to take a video of the pumping. I'm getting a pumping truck coming tomorrow. So that's it. So this is it. The big 4. Boom. We go all the way over to the outside of the house. So see how it goes. Well, we got through that. We got all this floor poured. I've been troweling it periodically to keep it flat. Working on getting it nice and flat. Had a little problem because of the one part was more dense and this part was more soupy because of the pumping truck and a mistake, whatever. Anyways, it was difficult. And my form did hold, but it was sketchy for sure. I didn't do the bottom right. So this part here is fine because I reinforced it as we were going. But back here where we started, I don't know if you can see it. See the bulge at the bottom? I'll show you a close up. We had the mix too soupy, and the guy poured it too quickly, and also these guys should not have been nailed like that. They should have been butting up against here. And this too should have been butting up against there. I was lazy, and you know, this is the kind of situation where you don't want to have this kind of problem. Also, I don't think that this part here was as strong as I thought too, because it's kind of, I think it moved the rock. It's like, well, that one's, yeah, see how it's loose? This thing here pushed the rock out. So it didn't bow too much, and actually this building is bowed a little bit too, so it might actually help. Plus it's all under the ground, so it really doesn't matter. So I have a nice massive footing right there. It was scary, but we got through it. That's it for today.